I love Starship Troopers. I watched that one a lot. I even love that there's a lot of satire in the book, but there's so much more heaped on top in the movie. Like they go so far as to make sure they've cast only these pretty like beautiful people because the movie is supposed to be propaganda within propaganda. It's Johnny Rico's like I don't know, handsome McHandsome guy, and then his girlfriend's like the prettiest girl you've ever seen. And I don't know, they always choose the military. They've got to forget the family. It's about the core.
Dude, I'm siding with pretty humans over bug beasts a million times out of a million. If I was a dirty bug beast, I would side with the bug beasts.
I think that actress's name is Denise Richards. That was prime Denise Richards. She's so fucking attractive.
Yeah.
She's good.
Isn't she one of the ones that like is looking good even in older age? She's kept it together.
Yeah, I think I saw her recently.
Good for her.
She's
good for her.
Yeah.
I always thought the other girl, the one with the frizzy hair, was not on her level. But the show wants you to think they're sort of equal.
Well,
I don't know who you're talking about. I need to look up.
She's talking about the character's name is Dizzy or Diz.
Yes, yeah.
She's the redhead with the flat titties. You got the pancake titties.
Flat. I didn't want to make fun.
She got the pancake.
I mean, she's pretty, but she's not in that Denise Richards world.
Yeah, she's very pretty, but she's got this pancake titties, and I'm pretty sure I've seen Denise Richards titties, and they're like an 8 out of 10. So, but Dizzy gets down.
Deflated.
Yeah, but Dizzy's down to fuck in a military tent on Clondafu. Meanwhile, Denise Richards is running off with Captain McFucking Tight Pants the first time she gets space side like a cunt whore. Johnny, I'm going to send you this DVD-ROM that you probably shouldn't listen to in front of your friends, in which I go career and break up with your ass. And he's like, I'm only here because of you. This is like the Space Marine Corps. You know my family's rich, right? And I've been looking. Like, it's like, do you know what you've done to this man? It's like the equivalent of throwing away like your big scholarship and staying home in the trailer park for Darla. Like that's
everything you said is right, except she fucks too. She just doesn't fuck Johnny Rico. Denise Richards is taking it in every hole in 0G.
No, she has no sex, and they actually even like made a point of it tested really poorly.
She's not banging audiences. That other guy.
No, that tested poorly with audiences. They cut all of that out. There was more.
Inferred. You didn't get it.
They do their best to make sure that they have a like mentor relationship. They don't want anything.
Don't they kiss?
If they do, I don't remember it. But they definitely. I remember that didn't test well with audiences. They changed that. They're definitely not fucking.
It's so weird to like test part of a movie you already shot and wrote on an audience and then be like,
they do that with all movies.
I know. I'm saying that it's weird to be like, all right, we got it, and then change a lot of it depending on what one or a handful of theaters think.
Well, like they'll shoot a bunch of endings, right? Like, or they'll shoot a bunch of like, maybe it goes this way instead and test them. If they don't do that, sometimes they don't realize that they've just got a complete stinker. The most famous example is what Warner Brothers did like 3 years ago to Batgirl. You remember the Batgirl movie, right?
No
one does. Because they tested it with audiences and they threw $90 million in the trash. Said
it was so bad they just got rid of it.
They pressed delete. They had the movie done, ready to go, done. Like there's no post production. Here's the movie. Here it is. It's in the can, as they say. They deleted that shit.
Wow, that no one along the way was like, this sucks.
I looked it up because I was sure I was right. There's a deleted scene where she fucks that guy, like I suggested, but it's a deleted scene. I think the hints were there that they were banging, but you got a different vibe from it, so I don't know.
No, it's written that way originally, but they cut all the like evidence of it out. They definitely have like, I don't know, they're both so attractive and they're sitting next to each other, so it's hard not to infer.
And they seem to really like each other, like
because when I'm looking, I'm like, dude, you definitely want to fuck her, right? Because she's like the hottest woman in the world. And I know you're in space. There can't be too many hot broads in space. Actually, the captain was kind of hot too. But Denise Richards is legitimately one of the. She was with Charlie Sheen, right? Did he give her HIV? I'd still fuck her.
Oh no!
I'd eat Denise Richards' pussy, even though Charlie Sheen, if he did give her HIV, I don't care.
You'd risk it. Right?
I'd risk it for the biscuit, baby. It's Denise Richards.
I'd rather try Everest than
really. Well, if you can
I'd be very worried about AIDS.
Unprotected sex with an HIV positive Denise Richards, or you have to devote the next 3 years to climbing the Mount Everest. And if you fail,
53, Kyle, are you sure this
you
is
still
worth
have to
it?
fuck her. Show us the picture. All right. First of all, it's we use magic, and she's hotter than she is now. Although she is still pretty hot.
What do I have to do? 3 years training for Everest or something else?
You have to summit Everest in the next 3 years, or you die. Or I inject you with full-blown AIDS.
Oh, I get AIDS either way?
No. You could either climb Mount Everest and you get $100,000 worth of gift certificates. Gift certificates for AIDS medication. Yeah. Or you but if you fail, you definitely, if you get full-blown AIDS, the other option is you have to just have raw dog sex with Denise Richards. And this isn't a quick affair. You have to make her climax.
All right, That's
part of it.
I'm going to dedicate myself to climbing.
Dude, I'd bang Denise Richards without any of the other nonsense.
I wouldn't. I don't know if I'd be able to come. I'd be so put off by the potential for AIDS. I'd have a million thoughts in my head.
See, you're no bug chaser like me. The excitement of the whole thing.
You're a Dale Gribble.
I wouldn't even get it in before I was just erupting. It was
That's your secret, is you come before your penetration so that you can get AIDS.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is her worst. Come on.
Okay, well, this is like some
Why does she look like
grocery store checkout like propaganda magazine picture.
He looks like the lady Gremlin from Gremlins 2.
Yeah, have you seen those pictures where they turn someone's lips upside down and they're like, "You didn't notice it"?
Show me Starship Troopers. Don't you make me look stupid in front of them?
Yeah. Dude, Kyle's willing to roll the dice and get all emaciated and AIDSy for this.
Show me the good one. I told you I'd magic her into hot again.
Okay. So on the left is the prime version that Kyle's talking about, and on the right is a flattering version.
That's the one Charlie Sheen got.
On the right,
for sure. In the middle, Charlie Sheen got like middle. Yeah, for sure.
It's like 3 different races.
Yeah,
that honestly to me does look like 3 different people.
Yeah.
Which one do you?
The jaw on the middle one is the best. You can tell a little weight gain on the right, but I mean that's being pedantic.
Yeah.
That's a bizarre conversation.
I like the teeth on the left one.
It's a bizarre conversation. We're in the last hour,
all
man.
The same teeth. You like the smile on the left
one. Yeah.
Yeah, the left smile is the best smile because it doesn't have any lip covering up the bottom of the teeth.
Anyway, really attractive lady. And I think maybe I like ladies in uniform or something too, because like I like her Starfleet fucking space girl uniform she's wearing with like a ponytail.
Does it work with other uniforms? Like what if she delivered the mail?
It's like all gray. It's if I remember correctly, but it's it's been a minute since I've seen the film.
Is it what power?
What if it was the ChickfilA uniform?
Dude,
then you're going to be serviced well.
If I ran ChickfilA, I'd have them out there wearing some cheeky shorts. If they were a little bit more like Hooters, like a little bit of that influence, like dirty Chick-fil-A, this is the campaign, the new spicy chicken sandwich at Chick-fil-A. We're hanging out everywhere, and then like you see the girls and they've all got those cheeky shorts with the bottom of their asses hanging out. I would definitely go to Chick-fil-A then. I would go for that. You ever go to one of those dirty car washes where they get their titties all over your car?
I've never been to one. No.
Oh, those are great.
Have you?
Yeah. They're usually raising money for something, like some band trip or something.
For middle school cheerleaders.
The
tips were underwhelming.
Kyle supports his local middle schools.
Like get in there deep, girls. Yeah.
You show up you go off-roading and you're like nitpicking.
I'm in the car eating their cookies that I just bought from them while they're
there's still crumbs on the console. There's still crumbs. I just got my car cleaned. There's still crumbs all over me, ladies.
Yeah, that's so I like that everything there's a sexy version of I know Scum's up in I won't say where he is, but he's in a place where they have like dirty baristas. You pull up to a little fucking shed basically, and there's like basically a stripper in there wearing a G-string and pasties, and she serves you fucking coffee. And for a little extra, she'll like put the cup between her ass cheeks and do whatever you want. Really, she'll finger bang herself in some cases, like whatever you want to see. Really, if you tip her, it's just a whore in a box serving coffee.
I don't want someone doing that, handling my food.
Well, she doesn't do it without request. She won't put foam in your drink if you don't ask for it, and she won't finger bang herself if you don't ask.
Yeah, but the guy before me asked for a finger bang, and now I've got fucking fishy Americano.
Look, if you wanted a fine fucking roast, you wouldn't have gone to the Finger Bang Cafe, dude.
That's
you're there
fair.
for a reason. This
That's
is like
fair.
complaining about the wings at a strip joint. Like you're there. I have them everywhere. It's not like there's one. This is like a common thing that's like.
I need to find this.
Look up search sexy barista or like stripper barista or like bikini barista. That'd be probably the way. Bikini barista.
Probably, you're right.
It's like, and a lot of them double up, and this is some man came up with this idea. Some man like me who's a forward thinker. You get your bikini barista, right? You're making a ton of Kella tips, and you're selling coffee that's overpriced, of course. You live stream the whole fucking thing. Cameras right there on you. You're doubling your income. It's crazy. Maybe they could get you to do something silly for the next customer. Maybe the next customer can make you do something silly for the stream. Double income.
There's a bikini barista in Raleigh.
Oh, next sexcation.
Hear me out. Cup of Jane, the cup that gets you up.
A
little stimulant.
Instead of cup of Joe, it's cup of Jane, which means pussy.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Wow, there's a top 10 best bikini bars in St. Louis, but that's bikini bar.
Here too. Is it from Yelp?
It's from Yelp.
Yeah, this one it figured out I was in Raleigh and gave me the same thing.
Bikini bar. This is not a bikini coffee spot, though.
I'm trying to.
And everyone's been to a bikini bar. That's very passe.
No, I like that shit. I like waitresses barely dressed. I like the bikini barista thing. Anything to take the money away from strippers who are the most putrid souls on the planet.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Shut that down.
Yeah. I'm against stripping. I would outlaw that.
You'd get rid of it?
Yeah, I would replace. I open the brothels, close the strip clubs. Put your money where your mouth is.
How many brothels do we need?
That's what's on my fucking campaign poster. Everything I just said.
Close the strip joints, open the brothels.
Money where your mouth is. That's part of it.
I think a lot of strippers would just change job description and it would be similar.
All right. Finally, we're working for a living.
Yeah,
Good.
you just want to roll the dice with AIDS tonight, don't you?
You wrap it up, dude.
So why are you against strippers?
I think strippers are like selling the scent of like sex. They're selling like the fake promise of sex. And I don't get it. It's like let's just go ahead and get the real thing. Like the fact that this exists, like there's no restaurant where you go and smell the food where they like tantalize you with it and like, oh, you smell the little foam got on you, huh? Oh, that's extra. like nobody does that. You're like, bitch, give me that cocoa. like I don't want to touch your marshmallows with the back of my hand. I want to eat give me that cup of cocoa. You'd never do that. But there's a strip club that does exactly that. They go in the back and like dudes are blowing in their pants, I guess. I didn't know that was a thing until like pop culture.
Wait, who's doing what?
Jim Norton talked about this on the Opie and Anthony show back in the day.
Here's what you do, Woody. Here's what these guys do. The guys who really frequent these places and are in the know. You wear very specific pants that are conducive to getting rubbed through and rubbing you off. And then you don't wear underwear or whatever. And you go back there and get a lap dance in the back room and they rub you off through your pants with their ass.
Yes.
That's the deal.
Jim on the show, if I believe it was him, talked because he was like all about prostitutes for many years. Maybe still is. I don't know. Yeah, it must still be. And he talked about like edging himself for hours before going to the strip club and wearing like silk pants with nothing underneath it and then getting a lap dance and just busting down his own leg and then leaving. And it's so that's got to be a sad walk to the car. One squishy shoe.
And like I've like
like you just went swimming.
Like everyone who makes poor decisions, I've dated a couple strippers and I've known a couple, and I felt like they were good people. Like, but just
let me ask you that. I've always theorized that if you dated a stripper, her whole psyche gets rewired to just extract cash from men. That's my issue with how I see strippers. They just
you could say that about a mechanic.
Yeah, you've dated a couple of mechanics in your day as well.
Did you find strippers to be just money extraction experts?
The opposite. She's always got cash. Like oh, parking? No problem. she's got piles of $1
7 singles. That's nothing.
No, like those chicks like make bank. So and they kind of like to flex that, and they have cash. So it's not like, yeah, I do well. There's money in a bank somewhere. It's like, yeah, I do well. Look at this. Those girls make like thousands a night, like multiple
Lots of
thousands
money,
a night.
no wealth, I'm guessing.
It varies, but it's not like it's a career, right? It's a job, I suppose. But
it varies. I bet the
nowadays, I think
most strippers is pretty lame.
Nowadays, I think like if you're a smart hoe, I'll say, if you're in the hoeing business, then you're doing what a good YouTuber or like good internet person does. You're streaming, you're making long form content, you're hitting all the social medias, you're like interacting here, you're doing that, you're touching everything, and so you're live streaming, you're stripping, you're making like OnlyFans videos, you're everything that's sort of tangentially related to being pretty good. You're probably doing some you got a YouTube channel where you do try on videos too, you're as naked as it gets on OnlyFans, and you're as closed as it gets on your podcast or whatever that you also do. You just do everything. Those chicks are just making careers of it for sure, because they're making $10 million in 2 or 3 years. Some of them, a lot
of people have all the talents you talked about. You have to be mega hot and worth listening to. Rare.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not saying they have a successful podcast. I'm just saying like if you're doing that, you do everything. Like you know what I mean? It's because one of them will take off. Like surprisingly, you'll be big on TikTok as well as OnlyFans, and they're gonna feed into each other.
A podcast by a whore would be pretty interesting to me.
Those exist. There's plenty of them.
I bet there's a ton.
Oh yeah, there's tons of like sex casts. There's like where like swinger couples who talk about like the lifestyle and have porn stars and other people in the lifestyle come on and they talk about swinging and fucking and like all that stuff. There's lots of dirty podcasts. There's a podcast for every fucking thing.
I used to listen to the Savage Lovecast a lot. It's kind of dirty, but he gave like actual relationship and sex advice.
I used to listen to Dr. Ruth or whatever giving that clinical sex advice on the radio. Do you remember her? And it was good. You know what I also listened to? We used to listen. It was 98.1. This is when I was a kid. What I would listen to during the years I was homeschooled, especially because what that meant was that me and my daddy hung out all day.
Yeah.
and hunted and like palled around and like restored cars. I learned how to paint cars, but we skipped math that year.
Yeah.
But I remember it was G. Gordon Liddy, and then it was Don and Mike, who was like the dirty Howard Stern guys, and then it was a therapist. It was like a licensed therapist lady who would talk about all sorts of like relationship problems. I remember that was like the best lineup ever. There's nothing like that now.